So what we're going to do is start getting into a little bit more of geometry and review on that. So we'll go ahead and start off with labeling each of these next figures. We have a line, a ray, a line segment, or an angle. Now we start off with a line. The very first one is a line. Now a line is something that goes in both directions. So we would say that this is a line. And we would this is a line and we would label it as line CD with a line on top with arrows in both directions. Now that tells us that this line is going to go in both directions infinitely. Next, I'm going to jump to number 4. This is a ray. Now a ray is going to go start in one point and then go in one direction. So we would call this ray ST. Now the order here matters because we're starting off at S and going all the way to T. If we label it as TS, then the ray would end up looking like this, where this is T, and then this is a point S. Now we have a line segment, which is a piece of a line. So this right here is our line segment. A piece of a line, and you can see that there's 2 points there. So M and N, and then we draw a line with no arrows on the top. Finally, we have an angle, and an angle is formed when 2 rays come together at a single point. Now, there's 2 ways that we can label this. We can say angle H or angle GHI. The important part here is that H is in the middle. That tells us that that's where the angle is located. So coming down here, we have the following angles, which are acute, right, obtuse, or straight. We have the first one, which is a straight angle. And straight angles are exactly 180 degrees. I'm going to jump to the third one. That is a right angle. And a right angle is exactly 90 degrees, and we should be able to see that there is a square in the corner, and that tells us that we have a right angle. Now we have 2 different ones here. The second one, we call that acute angle. An acute angle. Now an acute angle has to be between 0, so it's going to be between 0 and 90 degrees. So as long as it's between 1 and 89, then we would call that an acute angle. And finally, we have an obtuse angle, which again, we can't say exactly where it is, but we know for a fact that it has to be between 90 and 180. So it has to be anywhere between 91, and it has to be between 91 and 179. If it's 90, then it becomes a right angle, and if it's 180, then it becomes a straight angle. So it has to be between 180 and 90 degrees.